Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Hi, Lily. Hi, Fiona.
Hi. Hang
Welcome.
on. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
And Michelle, Catherine.
Hello.
Feel free to you can pop your cameras on. We're all happy to, don't care what you look like. It's a free for all. Our classes are very open. We want conversations. We want interaction. We love that. So definitely feel free to put your mic on. Oh, hi, Priscilla. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, good. Good to see you.
We are having dinner.
All righty. So we'll get started. Thank you to everyone for coming. Tonight we are doing a Easter class. Easter has arrived. We are here. Half of us, like we were just talking about before, didn't even realize how close Easter is, but it is here. So what better way than to get some treats done in your Thermomix? So we've got a few savory little dishes tonight and some sweets. So a little bit of a mixture, something that you can gift people. I think chocolate's expensive at the moment. So I know I had a look at the bunnies and stuff like that. It's expensive. So what better way than to use your TM6 to get some gifts made and even use that chocolate after Easter. So yeah, lots of ideas tonight. So please yell out, let us know if you have any great Easter recipes that you use. If you would like any advice about anything, and we'll get started. So I'm actually starting tonight. I'm going to be making some lemon curd Easter biscuits. Now, you can find this recipe on Cookie Do. It is my go-to recipe literally every year. Before I start, actually, I need to introduce everyone. So I've got Jen and Lindsay and Stefania, and that is it from our team tonight. And we're all doing a bit of a cook. And spotlight my machine. All right, just adding a few more people in. All righty. Okay, so these biscuits are my go-to. I actually gave them to the teachers today and they said, oh my God, did you make them? I said, I own a Thermomix. Yes, I did. So super easy. Now I have some already made, so I'm going to show you how to whip them up. I use the rest of the dough for the teacher ones, but this will usually sit in the fridge for an hour. So what I'll show you is using our dough, getting our dough ready, and then we'll make some lemon curd. I must admit, I'd never had lemon curd till I owned a Thermomix, so I didn't even know what it was all about, but it is a very favorite thing I'm finding out with all the school mums. They all want some. Stefania and our kids are together at school. And all the mums, Stefania, today are like, oh, I love lemon curd. And I said, I'll make you some, and then I'll make them get a Thermomix. All right, I'm putting sugar in the Thermomix. Lid on. Speed 10. So we're milling that to a really fine consistency. And in the chat box, so if you've made anything in your Thermomix, definitely throw it in the chat so we can have a look. All right, so there is our sugar. Okay, you can see how fine that is, and we're going to be using a little bit of that later for the top of our biscuits. So that says about a tablespoon, which I've got there. Probably more. Teresa measuring. All right, so to the sugar, what we're adding is 200 grams of unsalted butter. I feel like all these Easter recipes require a lot of butter, which is fine. Tastes good. 180. I'll put a little bit more. Pressing next. Plain flour. So this one I love as well because it's really basic ingredients. It's stuff you will have in the pantry. You have sugar, you have plain flour, you have butter, and just so simple to make. And the best part, it looks super impressive. A lot of flour. it is. Pressing next. 1 egg. And a teaspoon of vanilla essence. And Teresa measuring happening. Pinch of salt. And that is it. So we love our team sixes because if you could see my screen right now, what it does is it actually has a little video and instructs me on what to do. So what it's asked me to do is lid off, measuring cup off, and we're going to use our spatula just to give a little hand as the machine is mixing away. All right. So we're just giving it a little bit of a helping hand to mix away. So that's going to mix it for 30 seconds. So not long at all. Nine more seconds. And that is it. Our dough is done. So have a look at that. Dough is done in literally 30 seconds. Super basic ingredients. And that is it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on my baking mat. Now, the baking mat is still a host reward if you want it. So they are definitely awesome to have. And I'm going to start my lemon curd. That's going to go in the fridge for an hour. And then I will be able to roll it out. So I'm just leave that to the side. The beauty of a second jug, if you have your TM6 and you haven't booked in with your consultant to have a demo this month, I would absolutely do so. This is the beauty of having a second jug. I've got my dough happening in that other one. I'm just going to throw this in and I'm going to start my lemon curd, okay? And this is why we love second jugs. It says clean and dry mixing bowl. We're not going to have to do that with that second jug. Put it in the chat if you've got a second jug and what you love about using your second jug. Throw it in the chat. Butterfly whisk. There's my butterfly whisk. Oh, hang on, I need to get it. Sorry, guys. There's my butterfly whisk. Throwing that in. Okay, we're adding more sugar. 120 grams. So quite a bit of sugar. We're adding 70 grams of lemon juice. So I raided the neighbor's lemon tree that hangs over our fence line. There's 70 grams. Pressing next, 60 grams of unsalted butter. Just letting someone in. Oh, I literally had 60 grams. And 3 eggs. So once again, basic stuff. Now, if you were to buy little special biscuits or something at the bakery, it would cost quite a bit of money. And when you see how easy it is to make in your Thermomix, there's no denying that it's the way to go. 3 eggs, pressing next. Okay, lid on. And that's going to cook for 8 minutes at 80 degrees, speed 3. The Thermomix, it's doing its magic, it's making its lemon curd, and that's it. Now, what I'm going to do is move my camera so you can see my mat. So I'll put my dough in the fridge later, but just using this other dough, I'm just going to quickly show you how you form these biscuits. So actually use the little glad wrap on the top. I'm doing a really quick one, okay? So you just roll it out and you just use a little cookie cutter like that. You can get them from Spotlight or you can get it from, I got mine from Woolies. So you just cut 2. Use your extra dough, of course. Oh, great. Yeah, the Glad wrap. And there is our little egg. Now, this is what I found worked for me. The lid of my vanilla essence. So all I did was just squeeze that little bit out on one of the little eggs. And there's my little biscuit. So what you do is, once you've baked it, you lay your lemon curd on the biscuit and just sit it above like that. And this is how they look. Which are super cute. And then you just sprinkle them with your icing sugar. And that is it. So yeah, a very cute little gift, but easy to put together as well.
They look so yummy.
They are good. I said to the girls that I chose to eat that for dinner instead. So I ate one of those biscuits. But yeah, they're just delicious and the lemon curd is beautiful. So that's a quick little tutorial on how to make those little lemon curd biscuits. I hope that gave you a bit of an idea on what to make. We're going to jump to Stefania while my curd is cooking. Once you see my lemon curd, I'll show you later, but that's cooking away. I'm going to spotlight Stefania, who's making a more savoury dish.
Unmute myself. Yes, please. I will unmute myself. Okay. You can hear me, I think. Yes, thank you.
Yes, Stefania.
Yes, so tonight I chose to make a savoury dip, so smoked salmon mousse, so from Italy, and traditionally we always have fish or seafood on the Fridays leading up to Easter, and especially Good Friday. It's a big day of seafood lunches. So I thought, I'll try this smoked salmon dip to start off the Good Friday lunch. So let me bring this down here. All right, so this is a recipe on Cookie-Doo. So if you look for smoked salmon mousse, it will come up. So I'll go on start cooking. It's got very few ingredients and it's quite quick. So I think it's a winner. So we'll start with some red onions. So it's a quarter of red onions. So I'll put that in. And 4 sprigs of fresh dill, just the fronds or the leaves, little thing here. You can replace with chives if you don't like dill. Dill has a particular flavor which goes really well with the salmon. But if you're not a fan of that, you can replace with chives. They look so pretty, and we can use this for decorations when you serve it. You can put some of the leaves on top of your crackers with the salmon mousse. I think that will look really nice. Let's put this leaves in. There you go. Next, the lid on and turns to speed 7.
I actually really love the tuna dip from Cookie-Doo as well. So basic, but it's delicious.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite tuna dips.
But this is like a fancy one, isn't it?
Yes, that's a bit fancy for this stuff. So let's just chop the light is against me, I think. I don't know if you can see there. The onion with the dill. Next, we're going to put 250 grams of cream cheese. So it's a whole packet of Philadelphia cheese. Oh. One sec, I'll just break it up a little. Not too much because it's nice and soft. So I'm going to add that in. What? So that was the cream cheese. Some whipping cream. 120 grams of whipping cream.
Stefania, what are you going to team this with on Good Friday? Are you just going to do like little crackers or fresh?
Yeah,
what are you thinking?
I'm thinking of doing some crostini, just like it's on the picture on Cookie-Doo. It looks really nice.
Oh, yeah.
So they're yeah, just fancy crackers.
Yum.
And then serve them with a little bit of the smoked salmon on top and some of the leaves from the deal. I think that will look really nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Some freshly squeezed lemon juice, 20 grams. So that's about half a lemon, I think. I put about half. Yeah, that's about right. The juice of the lemon. 1 teaspoon of Tabasco. Now, my mother-in-law is not too good with chili. So I just put this one, which is a mild Tabasco. I'm gonna put a little bit of this one. And you can make this in advance. So I'm making it tonight and I'll use it on Good Friday. It lasts for a good week in the fridge in a good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, in a sealed container. Right, so Tabasco. And the
We wanted to really show off some really great recipes that you can use in your Thermomix, but with basic ingredients. Yeah, so nothing super fancy or too complicated. We want to keep it easy for Easter. And I think Stefania's is proof of that. Very easy.
So that's just, oh wow, let's just mix the cream cheese, made a nice creamy looking dip there. Now we're going to add 15 grams of capers, pickled capers, right?
Oh, capers. I love capers.
Yeah, me too. I didn't actually weigh them, I thought that that's about right. And yeah, pretty close, good. Yeah. That's it, perfect. And salmon, so 250 grams of smoked salmon slices. There's about 300 in here. I bought a 300 packet. It was actually not that expensive. I was surprised because I bought a big packet. It worked out quite a lot cheaper than buying the small 100 grams packet.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it costs more, but not much more.
Yeah.
I think it was $13 and the small packets were $11.
Oh, that's really not much of a difference.
Yeah, so it was good value. So yeah, it's not cheap, but it's a bit fancy for Easter. I think we can.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. There, put that. Next, I think we're finished. Well, now I've added the salmon and the capers, and it's going to ask me to do to use the turbo function 3 times. So it's set at 2 seconds, and I'm using turbo. So turbo is using the highest speed, bringing the blades to the highest speed in a small burst, and you can set it to half a second, 1 second, or 2 seconds. So for this recipe, it's on 2 seconds. So let's give it a go.
Minced meat is a great one to do with turbo, just to blitz up your say like chicken breast or any type of like protein that you like. I know that I much prefer sometimes to do that. It's cheaper at times, and also you know exactly what's in your minced meat. So yep, turbo is a great one for that. Any other things? And
nuts too. Yeah.
Nuts, yes, chocolate, cheese.
Of course.
So that's done. I'm gonna move maybe so you can see.
Oh, yum.
My light is not great here. And I'll take a little bit up to show you the consistency. Yeah, it looks beautiful. So there it is.
Oh, that looks great.
It looks fancy too, doesn't it?
Very fancy.
Still got a little bit of the pink of the salmon, bit of the green of the dill. So that's gonna.
You'd probably pay $13 for that at the supermarket, like a fancy place. You know what I mean? Like something, just a tub of that would probably cost that much anyway. So
yep,
you've done well. Thank you, Stefania.
No worries. I'm gonna go and taste it.
I was about to say, like, I'm at school drop-off tomorrow morning. Like, come and find me with your salmon mousse.
I was putting the crackers in the kids' lunchbox, and there were only a little bit left. Like, I almost finished the packet, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna leave 2 crackers for me for the dinner.
Smart answer. That's it. Thank you so much. We're going to go to Jen, who's going to start her recipe. And it was actually one that I have never seen on Cookie Do, but you have found it.
I have found it. So you can set your cookie dough settings. When you get your Thermomix, it's automatically set with Australian settings. So you'll only see Australian recipes unless you go into your settings and change it. So I've changed mine so that I see everything because I'm an overachiever. I need to know what's going on everywhere.
Why have 10,000 recipes when you can have 80 something? Yeah,
exactly.
80,000.
Almost 90,000 now. So I would prefer that action. And I'm always intrigued about what's going on in different countries and things like that. So yeah, that's how I came across this one. So this is it's an egg salad in a crispy cup base, and you've got cute little bunny ears and stuff to make it look really Eastery and festive. So we'll get straight into it. It is again, like Teresa said, this recipe it just has things that you have in your cupboard. There's eggs. Unless you're vegan, you don't have those, but there's eggs, there's flour and all that kind of stuff. But to start off, you use your mode function. It is part of the recipe, so it's built in. You don't have to go and use the modes, which you could do manually if you wanted to, but it uses the egg boiler mode. And the egg boiler mode is, honestly, it sounds really simple, but for me, it was like it's one of my favorite things about the Thermomix. And I've had the Thermomix for years and it didn't have this function for years, but you can literally it's going to be cold eggs from the fridge, and you put them in the bowl and a litre of water, which, there's a line in there, there's marking, so you know where you're going. And then I know you can't see my screen very well, but you can choose between soft, medium, hard, and hard. So however you like your eggs, if they come straight from the fridge and you put them in, they will turn out exactly how you like it every single time. What do you mean, right? So I absolutely love this because contrary to popular opinion, I do not like running eggs. Sorry. But it hurts my feelings, okay? It's not a good thing for me. So I know when I do it this way, they'll always come out the right way. So basically the start of this recipe will ask me to put my eggs in, put a litre of water, and then choose the setting, which I have done previously already. So I've got my beautiful boiled eggs already done, and they're nice and hard, okay? So there's no runniness coming from my eggs. So that's all done. So I'm going to skip through that, and I've preheated my oven, and now I'm going to start making the dough. So I'm going to make the dough for the base and everything. And look, if you're short of time, and sometimes we are, Thermomix is great for saving time, but you could use a frozen pastry if you wanted to. I know, wash my mouth out. But it's true.
Oh no, I'm all for a frozen pastry. I'm okay with it.
It's not the end of the world, right? Also, make sure that nothing is touching the board when you're trying to pour things in, because it's making the scales go crazy. Okay, there we go. 30 grams of olive oil I'm popping in.
And if you just saw Jen just slide her Thermomix off the across her bench, she has our Mix Shop glider boards that you can buy, and see how she swiftly just moved her Thermomix like that. You are available to buy at the Mix Shop. They are definitely worth the investment to protect your machine and the scale.
So much. Look, I've just added some salt to that as well. I have always said to my customers that, don't worry about it too much. You don't really, you don't need to spend a whole bunch on this kind of stuff. But, lift it. You have to lift your machine. The scales are the feet, and if you drag it, you're going to potentially compromise your machine. So, I'm like, get a glass board, whatever, but this, come on. It's so good. And when it's still, it's not going anywhere. I absolutely love it. Anyway, this has set the knead function for me. So it's 1 minute kneading, and then my dough is going to be ready. And once I've done that, this is a very simple one. I'm going to roll it out about 2 millimeters thick. I've got my French rolling pin. So I'm going to roll it out on there. Yeah, nice, Teresa, thanks. And then I'm going to cut it out. So again, like Teresa said earlier, like this recipe also has a video on it, which shows you how to roll out the dough, which is fabulous, right? And I want these to be 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter. So I said to the kids before, have we got a ruler anywhere, children? Ruler? This is what I got.
Ah, that is far more accurate than I would be guessing that. I would just do
This
estimation.
So it's fine. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to make them 2 millimeters thick. See, that's done already. Just a little gas bagging. We're done. I'm going to roll it out. Oof, you won't be able to probably see very well. And I might lose you. But let's try.
No, you're good.
Okay, so I've got my Thermomix. There's my dough. All done. Now, a little trick you probably already all know, but twist the base of the blades when it's upside down. It helps to pop it out. Not today, apparently, but it's quite. Oh, I think I put a little bit too much water in, but that's okay. Oh. All right. So, and you know, if you get some dough stuck in there and you can't get it out, just turbo it. Turbo it for a couple of seconds, and it'll come together. So I'll just get that on there. I'll roll this out. I'll cut them into squares. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grease a 12-cup muffin container. And then I'll put those squares in. And you can use like a cup. I'll show you one quick. Use a cup to push it into the muffin tin.
Oh, that's a clever trick.
Yeah. Just be careful because I was practicing it earlier. Generally, I don't kind of practice Thermomix recipes before I'm showing it because I just know that it's going to turn out right. So long as I pay attention and do the right thing, obviously. I mean, it doesn't know that I'm stupid. So sometimes you've got to be careful. But basically, okay. You don't want to cut on your mat ever. Don't use a knife on your mat. But I'm going to say from my previous experience that is my 9 by 9. Then I'm going to get my tray here.
Oh, Jen, Pearl said in the chat, you can also use a dough mat to measure. I think the older ones had the measurements on the edge. I don't think the new ones do. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got this cup.
That's how much I use them. It's not terrible.
So I've got this cup. So I put that in there and then I just press it in. Right. And then it creates a perfect little cup in there. Just be careful because what I did before, I was like, and it cut a hole, cut a circle. And that was not great. So what you're going to see once you're done, you're going to see these.
Oh, they're cute.
Look, thank you. Right. So when they come out of the oven, they're only in there for about 12 minutes at 200 degrees, and you take them out. Make sure that they cool completely. And then another step is to make the ears. So I've just cut them freehand. They're just, just little.
So cute.
Just that, right? So just make sure they cool completely so that you can use them later. But while the rest of the class is going on, I'll get this dough happening and get that in the oven. But then we'll come back, I think, and we'll do the egg filling. Is that right?
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Jen. I'm just going to quickly show, because all of mine is done. So I've just got my camera above. So that's the dough that's come out from the biscuits, for the biscuits. So quite a bit of dough there. lots actually. And my lemon curd is done. So there you go. There's my lemon curd. I'm going to let that cool down, pop that in the fridge, and then I will assemble all of it together once it's all cooled down. But you can see that the ingredients that I've used and the method has been super easy, but the finished product looks quite impressive. So that's me done. We're going to jump to Lindsay. Now, Lindsay's got a recipe that's not on Cookie Doo, but it's one you're going to want to definitely have a go at this Easter. And I'll let her explain. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thanks, Fee. Hi, everyone. Yes, so it is the Easter egg hedgehog slice from Bake, Play, Smile. So I'll add the link to the chat later on, but it's a hedgehog slice that's elevated up a level, and it's actually made it really cute. So I'll show you the end product. Yeah, so it's super simple. It's no bake, put together in less than 10 minutes. The kids can help. I like the fact that you can make it pre-Easter and serve it up, make it for gifts. Otherwise, you can also collect everybody's random bits of chocolate and make this as well for post-Easter. All right, so the first thing is it says to line the baking tin. It says to grease. I don't grease anything. I just use baking paper. One tip, I don't know if anybody knows that to get baking paper to fit into any shaped tin, it's to crush it up. And then once you open it up, it's a lot more malleable to fit in any tin that you like without it sort of coming out. So,
oh, I love that tip. I've never heard of. I've never done that.
Yeah. So it literally crush it up, and then with one other action, it just fits in the baking tin without having to fluff around. Because I really hate trying to, the sides are coming in and you're going around. So that's not great. All right, the next step we're going to do is we're going to crush the biscuits for the hedgehog. You can use whatever sweet biscuits you've got. I got some of these milk biscuits, but this is what's left from me doing it last night. So I do also have other Marie biscuits that I'll be adding. So we're going to crush the biscuits in the Thermomix, and then I'm actually going to tip the biscuits out into this tray while we go on to make the next bit. So we're using 250 grams of biscuits. So this is a manual recipe, but it's actually really, really easy to do. So just find the scales, 250 grams. Oh. All right, so I've opened the Marie biscuits. And we're just going to crush them up. There's actually to use turbo. So you will get some biscuit crumbs, but that's okay. It just all goes into that yummy mix. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so biscuits in, lid on. See, you know that I've got the other one, right? The other video, the one that's up here.
Yes, hang on, sorry.
Yeah, cool. Yes. Oh, sorry, it's a bit the wrong way
around.
That's
fine.
Is it the wrong way around for people? Yeah. All right, so biscuits are in. We're going to go to turbo, which is also a preloaded mold. Just 1 second. I'm going to do it once. 1 second on a turbo mode, it seems actually really long.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
All right, got to tap on home so that the arms, so they're not quite there yet. We've still got some rather big chunks. So I'm just going to, instead of turbo mode, I'm just going to just put it on for 4 seconds at speed. All right, I think that should be good. Otherwise,
so
if I did
Lindsay, the recipe comes with Thermomix instructions, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I've obliterated my cookies. Doesn't matter. That's okay. They will still come out. So they are a little bit fine. I shouldn't have done that many seconds. I did practice this yesterday.
That's okay. It'll all taste the same.
Yeah. I'm just tipping it out in there so I'm not having to get another plate. Bowl back on, and now we're going to make the chocolate mixture. So it's the butter, condensed milk, and chocolate that's going in all in the one. So I'm going to put the scales back on. So we've got 100 grams of butter. So don't need to wash the bowl.
We love that.
Yeah, I know, right? But actually, the short pre-wash, the short pre-clean mode's actually really good. I actually really like that. Bit butter, extra butter. Chocolate, you can use whatever chocolate you'd like. The recipe says to use milk. I'm not a milk chocolate fan. I find it too sweet, so I'm using dark chocolate. But again, if you're making this recipe after Easter, just gather whatever leftovers you've got and put them in there. We will be using 190 grams. So just tear. It's actually not a lot of butter, a lot of chocolate that goes in there. I was quite surprised. All right. Perfect amount.
Every Easter, Lindsay, I get the kids to choose like one or couple of eggs, you know, that they want to eat. And then I literally grab everything else and I blitz it into my Thermomix and I put it in the freezer and then I just use it slowly. So I have like a dark chocolate bag, a Cadbury's bag, you know, like depending if they get like some dodgy chocolate. And I just bag it up, put it in the freezer, and then for all my chocolate stuff throughout the year, I just use that.
That is so clever.
It's a go-to because the kids
really
get
clever.
so much chocolate and they physically cannot eat that much. You know, you can't live that chocolate.
And I feel like eating an Easter bunny like a week after Easter just should not happen.
No.
But that's a really good tip, to just store that chocolate really well. Otherwise the fat can tend to separate from the chocolate and then it doesn't look very yummy.
No.
All right, so condensed milk's going in now, just pretty much 1 can. I don't know about anybody else, but growing up, if we ever had condensed milk and it was used, I'd always call dibs on the can.
Yeah.
And then not that I'd, lick it, I'd put like Milo in it or whatever hot drink and just drink it out of the can. It was like,
oh, I licked it. I grabbed a spoon and I ate it. And I'm happy to admit that.
It tastes good in drinks. All right, so that's all gone in. Milk, butter, condensed milk, lid on, and we're just going to melt that. So we're going to go back there. So I'm referring to the notes here. About 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We're going to go, so it's not a very high temperature. It's actually only 60 degrees, speed 2. Oh, what happened there? Okay. So while that's melting, what I like to do is, instead of putting, because the other bits that need to go in is cocoa powder as well as desiccated coconut. What I've found is that if you put that straight in that mixture, it just sort of clumps together, not that nice. So since I've got the biscuits already in a tray, all I'm going to do is actually put the desiccated coconut on the top. And did you know that you can actually still use the scales whilst the machine is going? How good is that? So it's not vigorously going. I wouldn't do it if I was kneading some dough, but just head to the scales. I'm going to weigh in the cocoa powder. Actually, the cocoa powder doesn't need weighing. It's tablespoon, but I will weigh in the coconut. You can leave the coconut out if you don't like desiccated coconut. Cocoa powder in and 45 grams of desiccated coconut.
Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
It actually makes a huge difference. The slice smells amazing. All right. Okay. All right, and then while that's, I'm just going to mix this together just so everything is nice and mixed. This is just like my little extra step. You don't have to do this, obviously. But yeah, so it's nice and mixed. And then once that is all melted, we are just going to, and it looks actually really good. It actually looks melted already. So I'm happy to reduce that. So maybe another 45 seconds. And then, so the thing about this is obviously, that mixture plus the biscuits, that's your basic hedgehog. Pour it out in a tray, that's it. But with the Easter one, we're going to do a white chocolate layer on the top and then put the Easter eggs. I found a whole variety of speckled Easter eggs, and I can't help myself. As much as the recipe says 1 packet, I had to buy like 3 just so I could pick my favorite. So these are the ones that have the hard sugar shell. I'm not really a fan. But then I found these ones. So they're M&M crispy ones, but they're actually speckled.
Yum.
And they have them with the peanut as well. So I think I'm going to much prefer this a lot better. There's also like the Cadbury mini eggs. So there's you can use whatever really. But yeah, it just makes them look pretty. Not the chocolate ones, because then, kind of doesn't make it look pretty. So it's all melted. It's all done. Gonna stir it a little bit. Everything has melted really beautifully. All right, so we're just going to tip that chocolate mixture, the biscuits in.
So who gets to eat all this, Lindsay? Do the kids?
I haven't quite figured it out yet. The kids had the leftovers from yesterday because I cut off the sides to try to make it look pretty. I've got 2 Easter things that I'm going to this weekend, so I will definitely take them.
Definitely share them there.
All right, so biscuits in, lid back on. And we're just pretty much going to mix it. Speed 10 seconds.
Or do you want your measuring cup in?
No, it's just speed 2, so it's all right.
I thought it was speed 10. I was like, oh.
No, 10 seconds.
Oh, that's all right. I thought I heard
On
speed 10.
reverse. So it's pretty much. I might have to give it just a bit of help. And then I might put it to go again. So obviously when you've got these manual recipes, they're not as accurate as the ones in Cookie Do.
Yeah.
So you do need a bit of trial and error to get it to what you want. But generally speaking, most of them do work pretty well.
Is any of our owners that are on, have you used any other recipes besides Cookie Do in your Thermomix? Have you tried created recipes or recipe community? Definitely take yourself off mute. Let us know in the chat. Just want to hear if you've been experimenting outside of Cookie Do and trying some other recipes, because recipe community is another massive library of recipe ideas. And of course there's lots of recipes that you can purchase online as well, things like skinny mixers, bake place, all that stuff. So there's lots of Thermomix recipes out there.
All right, I am going to use my second bowl to make the top layer, which is the white chocolate with some coconut oil. You could again, perks of having a second bowl, and as what Teresa said, there's the horse reward going now, so great opportunity for you to get a second bowl on your bench, third bowl, fourth bowl.
So true.
So what's going to go in is just the white chocolate and coconut oil, just to make that top layer. It's actually got a really nice shine to it with the coconut oil, and it has a nice crack. So that's just all going to go in. I've weighed this. If you didn't have the second bowl, instead of washing the other bowl out, I would just put it in a microwave safe bowl and just zap it in increments of 30 seconds, and then just mix it when you get to the end, just so that everything's melted. But in we go. Coconut oil and the white chocolate. While that's melting, which is again 60 degrees, about 3 minutes.
We should say that the bowl offer is, so if you host a demo with your consultant and invite 2 friends along, we really love those friends to be people who have not seen the Thermomix before because they will love it. And one of those guest purchases, then you are able to get that second jug for only $99, which is an absolute bargain because they are worth $375. So if you have a friend that you've been sharing that Thermomix love with and think, yep, they're keen to check it out and they end up buying, our thank you to you is that $99 bowl. So it is just for April. It is until stocks last, so don't hesitate too long. A lot of us consultants are working virtually or in person, or, you know, we can get ourselves to you to help you out with your demo. We're even doing a team virtual demo later in the month, so you can invite friends to that. Yeah, lots of opportunity available for you to get that second bowl. So definitely take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely do that. So now I'm just pressing the hedgehog mixture into the tray. I have actually never made a slice before until today. Until yesterday. I never grew up eating them, but I have obviously come to love them. And yeah, I think it's now something that I will definitely make. The other thing that I've been really into, and I can't wait to try the one that Stefania did, was dips. I made my own beetroot dip the other day. I've got the ingredients for a French onion dip to take to the party. But yeah, it's the fact that I have tried so many recipes that I would never have done, like the lemon curd, Teresa, like, you know, getting to try these recipes that you would have never done.
Absolutely.
Without Thermomix. Okay. That's nearly done. That looks
There's some
really
beautiful
good,
dips on Cookie Dough. There's an olive one, and I think it's in the UK. Have you ever tried it, Jen?
Okay.
The UK, it's a green olive dip.
Sweet olive, but I feel you.
Oh, you don't eat olives?
Look, I don't mind olives, but you know, when you want to put it in a dip form, I'm like, oh, it really just needs to be like a little thing in a salad, or you know, does it need to have its own dip? You know, I don't know.
Oh, it needs its own dip. Okay,
I would love
we're gonna do this one day. We're gonna have olive dip together.
I've never tried it, Teresa. Thanks for sharing that.
Oh, it's a good one. It's from the UK, I think it is, but it's yum, like a really good olive dip.
And have you tried the beetroot and parmesan dip?
I'm not a beetroot person.
But that one is amazing. That's always
sorry, Jen.
The parties, because it's just, yeah, I don't think you can even taste the beetroot. It's just amazing.
And the color is beautiful. The color of beetroot. I've not tried the parmesan one. I actually did the tahini one the other day. And the people that I shared it with were like, can we just keep, because I took it to a party, and they're like, I've just kept it. I didn't even ask you. I just kept the leftovers because it was so good. I love that. All right, so that's done. The white chocolate's pretty much melted. There's just some bits on the side. I might just give it another 30 seconds, only because you don't want to put the glaze on and there be white chocolate chunks on the top. Those are the ones that just got caught. So
Melissa's put on the chat, if anyone's making a cheese platter, to try the pear paste. It's like quince paste, but takes half the time and cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, something I wouldn't probably try.
Hi everyone, it's really good. I used to have a quince, I had a quince tree out the back that got chopped down, but so I looked at quinces in the supermarket, and they were ridiculously priced. So I tried the pear paste in cookie dough, and it's just as good, and you know, a third of the price. So give it a shot. And you know, you buy a little tiny container of quince paste or something at the supermarket, and it'll cost you $6.
Oh, easy.
You know, and you go and buy a kilo of pears, and that'll do probably 10 or 12 of those. So Yeah, it's crazy.
Easy to do in the Thermomix. I mean,
Yes,
but like
easy.
Teresa, easy.
You just sit it there and it just cooks for an hour. You just chop them all up. You don't even have to peel them. You just core them, throw them in with some lemon juice and some sugar, and done.
Oh, okay.
You got to do it. It's good.
I've heard quince is really easy to make, but yeah, you're right. Sourcing them is really hard, so I can't imagine. So I think a pear paste would be absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll try it. All right, so that white chocolate's done. I've now got, look at these M&Ms.
Oh, they look
Like,
good.
If I had my kids here, they'd probably have finished the ball before I can actually put it on the slice. But yeah. And so you literally just pour the glaze over the top. You just want to get a nice layer. It's really nice and smooth. And then I'll use the spoon to spread it out so it's all. So I'll show you the finished product in a minute, but what I did was, only because I, thought it would look pretty, is I chopped the sides off just to make it look a bit more neat. You don't have to do that. There's my spoon. Put it in the sink. And the last bits. So this glaze is like super glossy and shiny. Right, just a spoonful just on the side.
Pearl's written.
And
She's going to
then-
give that quince the pearl paste, not the pearl paste, the
The
pear
pearl
paste. I go. It's clearly past my bedtime.
Okay, we are pretty much almost done, and like I think this recipe is really easy to cook with the kids as well. They'll obviously sneak some chocolate whilst they're helping out, but that's okay. So just literally put the. Well, let me just move this so you can see. Oh, sorry, making everybody giddy. Yeah, so just put them on. You can do them really strategically so that when you slice, you would have an egg or 2 eggs on each slice, but that's up to you. And then once that's all done, pop it in the fridge. And when you're ready to actually slice it up, take it out, let it sit up for about 10 to 15 minutes so it softens. And then they're ready to go. Like, these are honestly,
They look so cute.
Yeah.
Yum.
Wow, they look great. Look at the sides.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, where is the camera? Why can't I see it? Is it here?
Am I?
Do I go?
That's
Yeah,
it.
no.
Wow.
I'll take a photo and send it to everyone, but it looks so cute and pretty. So that's why you sort of have to have that sugar covered ones, just so the colors come
look
through.
so
It might
good.
be better to see here as well.
Yum. Thank you. Lindsay.
So super easy. Thank you.
Love that.
Thank you, Lindsay. That's amazing.
Really good. We're going back to Jen for the last part of our class. She's going to finish us off. I'm going to spotlight her. There we go.
So now we're going to do the egg filling for our little egg cups. So first is 2 sprigs of fresh parsley, leaves only. Don't want the stalks of it getting caught around the blades. And then 20 grams of shallots or spring onions. Next one, measuring cup. It's 3 seconds speed. So very, very quick. It's going to tell me to put the spatula it out. Yep, scrape down the sides of the bowl with the spatula. So you can see already what fabulous job it's done in 3 seconds, my friends. 3 seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to push all that back down towards the blade. And remember too, when you're, sort of trying to get things off your spatula, do it inside the bowl. Don't do it on the lid, do it inside the bowl. Okay, and the reserved boiled eggs that we had before. Beauty of the television, I love it. 30 grams of sour cream. It says 12% fat. I have no idea what that means. I don't really. So just going to put in 30 grams. that. 10 grams of mustard.
Yum. Do you reckon we could use this in a sandwich as well? Like just a bit of a.
But whatever doesn't get used, I'll definitely put in sandwiches. So great for like picnics and, you know, even wraps. You know, like my kids
yes,
to wraps at the moment instead of sandwiches. So I could do that instead. And 10 grams of mayonnaise. Of course, you can make your own mayonnaise, but nobody has time for that right now. So I'm just using some Kewpie because I just love it. Did you know that you can make your own Kewpie?
Yes. Yes.
What do you mean?
And I think there's a wasabi Kewpie one as well.
Yeah, it's insane. 10 grams of vinegar. It doesn't specify, so I'm just using white. Okay. I've lost the lid, but that's fine. 2 pinches of black pepper, which is a Teresa.
Yeah,
measurement.
Hey, it always works out okay.
Just doing what feels natural. And then a teaspoon of salt. Again, whatever feels natural. You can go in and fix it later. You know what I mean? Just don't go overboard. Okay, measuring cup in. And this is just 15 seconds on speed 3. So super fast. I love that the Thermomix comes with suspense as well. So, you know, when you get to a point that says insert measuring cup onto mixing bowl lid, then you have to press next before you know what's happening. It's like,
oh, I'll never look at that page the same ever again.
I know. I'm like, why are you doing this to me? What's happening? What? Okay.
I love the preview button.
I love the preview button. So that is all done. Now, if we come down here to label, here are some little, you know, I mean, really greatly shaped cups that I used earlier. So then we simply put our egg mixture inside these gorgeous little cups. Oh, not like that. Do it like a professional. I'm making a terrible mess. It's terrible. No, it's not. It's fabulous. Okay. So you do that. Put those in there. Then, remember the ears that we talked about earlier? You put your ears in. Oh, look. Bunny's coming.
Oh, they're cute.
Hello, Bunny. But wait. This is optional, but I think if you don't do it, you're mad. So.
What's that?
So these are chives. Just chives.
Oh my gosh.
No, stop it.
The kids would love that.
That one's a little wonky. Do you know what it is? It's because the chives that I got today are a little thick.
Yeah, a little bit long.
The whiskers look that I'm after, but
we get the idea.
the idea, right? Like it's meant to be whiskery.
So cute.
Get rid of that. But look,
they're cute.
Very cute.
Little egg cups, little Easter egg cups, and they're delicious.
I love that. They're cute. Thank you so much, Jen.
Thank you.
Very cute. That is the end of our class tonight. We are so grateful that you all came. Thank you so much. We hope we gave you a bit of insight into getting the most out of your Thermomix with some basic ingredients for Easter. A huge thank you to Jen, Stefania and Lindsay for taking the time tonight to help me with this class. Very, very appreciative of the three of you. And thank you once again. But if you have ever considered joining our team, I can stay on and answer some questions about what it's like joining the business. You know, your business is on your bench. You've got your Thermomix. And also, if you would like to host a demo this month, please get in contact with your consultant and they will organise that for you. But thank you, everyone, for coming, and have a lovely Easter break as well.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Pearl. Thank you, Trish, Michelle, Catherine, Lily, Fiona. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good Easter, everyone.
Thank you.